Welcome back to the place to be. That is not my slogan. That's FG3000. We're going to talk about him in just a minute. We're going to talk about King Arthur Legends Rise and why I went to LA for a few days. They flew me out there. We had this King Arthur Legends Rise Summit. We got to find out the new changes to the Vigor system. Man, I'm going to tell you about them, and they are amazing. I got to play the PC client of King Arthur Legends Rise. Of course, we know the open beta is going to come out on the 29th of this month, and it's going to be a no wipe. So get involved in it. They're saying no wipe as long as nothing crazy happens, which is awesome. So we're going to get over those details about Vigor. Let me just talk about the people briefly I met there because there were some amazing people. Right away, FG3000, we've talked quite a few times throughout the years. Right when I saw him at the pool at the hotel, he came up and gave me this big old hug. Claytano was there as well. So the three of us just hung out the whole entire time, and they made my trip amazing. Thank you so much, boys. Just hanging out with you guys, going to dinner, going to the bar afterwards. It just made it so great. And to be able to talk with you all about gaming and experiences and family. Doro44 was there. He's a huge personality with Genshin Impact. I got to talk with him quite a bit, an amazing person. And then we've got JT Gilly. If you know anything about those Pokeballs and doing Pokemon Go, this guy's been doing it for 7 years. And he's gone all around the world, meeting all sorts of people. He's even come to Japan, so we got to talk about coming over here to Japan. Really cool cat. If you guys ever think about playing Pokemon Go, go check him out, or Genshin Impact, or any of these other people like Cozy. I got to meet Cozy of Marvel Snap, which this guy is, man, this guy's like the total package. I know a lot of us are decent at what we do here, but this guy is not only a great personality, but he's got the mentality of the business perspective behind it and knowing how to talk to a lot of people in the room. So I had a great time talking with him. I kind of wish I had more time to talk with him, but there was just a lot of things going on. From the raid community, we had Deadwood Jedi and Chosen there. Deadwood Jedi had me cracking up quite a bit. If you've seen him, you know what I'm talking about. A great guy, awesome personality, and at dinner too, he had me laughing quite a bit. So really cool meeting Deadwood Jedi. We also had Nat with a heart. She's with Brawl Stars. So if you want to check her out, go check out some Brawl Star content with her. The last two are Nick and Dave. They are employees of Kabam. They were there leading us and telling us all about the Vigor system and all about the changes that we have for King Arthur Legends Rise. And these two guys got me excited because they are so dedicated and so motivated and believe in this game so much that just talking to him will make you believe in it too. And it does, because I already love the game. So talking with them about this was like a dream come true. And the way that they have such a passion for it, and not just passion for King Arthur Legends Rise, but a passion for gaming in general. They've been in the gaming industry for a long time, and they don't just play just the games that they work for. They play all games. These guys, both of them, are really exciting. Thanks so much for having me out there. And I hope to talk to you guys again. Also, there was Pete. He was the director of the whole thing. You know how people say that, our actors will say that James Gunn is such a great person to work with, and you don't really understand why, because you're not an actor. I've never been an actor before, but being in the studio settings with all these cameras, all the lighting, microphones everywhere, and then that one director who is just keeping us going. Keeping us, cut and then retake and shoot. But then he's talking to all of us, getting us to where we need to be emotionally and then talking to the camera crew and then having everything roll smoothly. Pete was the man, so thanks so much for that. I appreciate it. Let's get into King Arthur and things we've learned so far about the Vigor system and the PC client. So with the new Vigor system, we start out with 5 Vigor. Before you would start out with like 1 or 2. It was something really, really low. Now you start off with a full bar of 5 Vigor. Your basic abilities now take 0 Vigor. Let that set in, because before, we could skip a turn, but nobody wants to skip a turn out of your 4-man crew. Now you can just do your basic ability, and there's a lot of good basic abilities. Healers heal on their basic ability. We got guys with decreased defense, decreased attack, other things in the game that proc up off of their passives from basic abilities. Now those take 0 Vigor if you played the previous betas. That's huge. There are other ways for us to get Vigor as well in the game from support heroes. Now, I didn't get to see this myself, but of course, on the 29th, when this game comes out, it's no wipe. We're going to be covering this game every day here on this channel and working the numbers. The numbers from what Vigor gives us from gear as we level up and get more and more Vigor on that gear. What kind of numbers we need to hit for that. All the details. Just stay tuned on this channel. So now we have no Vigor on that basic ability. We've got full Vigor when we come in. And then they told us that the lower level rarity of heroes will cost less to do their abilities. The Vigor cost will be less. Now, I didn't get to, we got to play the game, right? We got to play the PC client. We got to play the mobile client, but we didn't really get to, get in there. I wasn't in there with a pad and paper. I didn't even have time to do that because they're filming us so much. It wasn't like I really got to get into the game. So I didn't get to experience, but the way that they explained it to me was really cool. And it made it to where in a lot of areas in the game, especially later on, once we're doing things to where we need our roster to be much bigger, bringing in lower level rarities, having them cost low vigor to be able to do their abilities mixed in with your like epics and legendaries makes total sense. So you have an uncommon or a common that can do increased attack to your whole entire team. And that increases your whole entire team's power, costs very low vigor, and then all of a sudden you go over to your legendary and their ultimate ability traditionally costs like 3 vigor. Then you pop off that ultimate ability. And you didn't use a lot of, before we'd have to use the same amount of vigor on those lower level characters. So now it really brings in a lot of play for legendaries as well as lower level heroes to come in there. So I really like that. I didn't get to experience it yet, but I really like that. They also revamped vigor on gear and how that works per turn as we take turns. And we did a lot of testing on this in the previous beta. So we're going to have to get back to testing all of it. I wish I was able to take a picture of the slideshow they showed us while we were there of all the changes they did for Vigor, but unfortunately I didn't get to see it. All I can tell you is if I left out something, because I feel like I've really left out something important, some things that they've added to Vigor, and they've done a lot. All I know is that it's great. It's great. You're going to love it. If you loved the game before, but you just couldn't do your abilities. If you were sitting there going, oh man, even me at in-game, I'm farming it in-game with 4 people and I can only do 2-second skill abilities the whole entire fight on auto. That's it. I was just running around. Just 2 of my guys out of the 4 are only doing their second abilities. Not good, right? Nobody would stay with the game like that. It was my only gripe with the game because everything else about the game is it's perfect. But then something that's so core to the game would just drive everybody away. Hell, man, it would drive me away. I want to be able to do our moves. We're here to do our amazing moves, our flashy moves, and to set up combos and have great things to happen. Now I know we can, and I cannot wait to jump in on the 29th and start doing it, testing out all the vigor. Just the ability not to take vigor from doing our basic ability, to start with 5, to get better recharge, to have lower heroes not take the vigor that legendaries take to do their abilities. All of it already sounds just so cool. And I got to test some of it out, but I could swear too that I was playing like an older build, because I know what the newer build looks like. I played some of it and I was like, these skills aren't right. This is like older builds, I couldn't, then when I was looking at the vigor, I was looking at the vigor recharge. Now in my mind, I'm trying to like calculate different things, even though I only had like 5 minutes at certain times. And then it was like, cut, let's go into something, keep the PC up, but we're not actually playing it and taking notes. We're just there doing what the director wants us to do. So we weren't really able to get on there. I just know we're going to be happy about the new vigor system and overall about the game. We know it's going to be one of the greatest things to play. The PC client also looked amazing. I can't wait to play on PC because I know right now on the 29th, when beta starts, I'm gonna have to play it on an emulator. And of course, when I play it on my tablet, it's gonna look amazing, but I'm gonna have to play it on the emulator and show you guys the game, and it's just not gonna look anywhere near as good as it could. But it's coming out on Steam. Global launch, of course. The Steam client will be ready for everybody to play, and it's gonna look like it should. Like the game already looks amazing when you play it on your mobile device, or when you play it on like an amazing tablet or something like that, or if you have one of those red something phones that are made for gaming, which FG did have, and he had the game on it and it looked crazy good. The PC client's going to look even better than that because they go in there and they make it look better. Like they add more shadowing, they add more particle effects. It's going to be great. That's pretty much everything I can remember. It was a great time. I'm sure they're going to release all of this in a video and we'll be able to see everything. We'll be able to see the changes they have to it in more detail, and they'll be able to explain more and further to you. But all I can tell you is just get excited. If you were happy about the game before, you've got nothing to worry about. It's going to be the best game of this year. And if you love turn-based gacha game, farming for that gear, having so many bosses to fight, and having like a dynamic story to run around and do instead of that 1-1, 1-2, and even your battles. Believe me, you're going to love it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you want King Arthur content every day on the 29th, going on from there, subscribe to the channel because all my other stuff is going to get moved over to my second channel, and this from forever on will be the King Arthur channel to come to. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. I will see you all in a video soon.